Welcome to the Cat Post. We are thrilled you've joined our community of cat enthusiasts. Thank you for showing your interest in understanding your feline companions better. Here at the Cat Post, we're dedicated to bringing you reliable and engaging information about cats. And today we're diving into a question that many cat owners ponder. Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to have a special language just for you? We're talking about meowing. Is it simply a sound, or is it a unique evolutionary development tailored for communication between cats and their human families? The information we'll be sharing with you today has been carefully researched and put together by our team of veterinary experts, all dedicated to helping you build an even stronger bond with your beloved cat. If you enjoy learning about your furry friend, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and show your support so we can continue bringing you more cat-related content. It's a common observation among cat owners. While cats possess a wide array of vocalizations, including purrs, hisses, growls, and chirps, they rarely direct a meow towards other cats. When felines interact with one another, their communication relies more heavily on a complex tapestry of scent marking, subtle shifts in body posture, nuanced facial expressions, and even physical touch. This begs the question, why then do our feline companions meow so frequently at us humans? It's a compelling thought that this particular vocalization might have developed specifically as a means for cats to bridge the communication gap with humans. To understand this unique behavior, it's helpful to look back at the history of our feline friends. Domestic cats trace their origins back approximately 12,000 years to the Near East, with their closest wild relative being the African wildcat, Felis sylvestris. The domestication process likely began as humans transitioned to agricultural societies, creating a need for animals to control rodent populations that were attracted to stored grains. The wild ancestors of our beloved house cats were primarily solitary creatures. For these independent animals, communication with others of their kind was often limited to avoiding conflict, finding mates, or maternal interactions. Their primary modes of communication involved scent marking to establish territory and subtle body language to convey intentions. Vocalizations were not a frequent part of their social interactions, mainly reserved for instances of mating or aggression. However, as cats began to live in closer proximity to humans, a significant shift in their social environment occurred. They found themselves sharing spaces, not only with humans, but also, at times, with other cats. This new context may have presented an opportunity for cats that could effectively communicate with humans who rely heavily on auditory cues. Unlike the more scent-oriented communication of felines, the development of meowing as a primary way to interact with humans could therefore be seen as an adaptation to this unique interspecies relationship. While a meow might sound like a simple mew to us, cats actually employ a diverse range of meows, varying in pitch, duration, and intensity, to convey a multitude of messages. For instance, a short, high-pitched meow often serves as a friendly greeting akin to a cat saying, "hello," or signaling a simple request for attention. On the other hand, a long drawn-out meow can indicate frustration, perhaps if a cat is trying to get outside, or it might signal hunger, or a more insistent demand for something specific. If your cat greets you with a series of meows in quick succession, this could express excitement, maybe upon your return home, or it might convey a more urgent need. A meow that is lower in pitch often signifies a complaint or a sense of dissatisfaction. Perhaps if their food bowl is empty, you might also hear a high-pitched meow almost sounding like a yelp, which could be an indication of pain, fear, or sudden surprise. Another interesting vocalization is the trilling meow, which sounds like a mix between a meow and a purr. This is often used as a friendly greeting or as a sign of happiness. It is important to remember that the meaning of a meow is often heavily influenced by the context in which it occurs and the accompanying body language of the cat. For example, a cat that meows while rubbing against your legs is likely showing affection, whereas a meow accompanied by a rapidly twitching tail and flattened ears might suggest frustration or annoyance. Paying attention to these subtle cues can significantly enhance our understanding of what our feline companions are trying to communicate. Scientific research has delved into the characteristics of cat meows, comparing them to the vocalizations of their wild ancestors, the African wildcats. These studies have revealed that the meows of domestic cats tend to be shorter in duration, higher in pitch, and generally more pleasant to the human ear. Notably, a study conducted by Nicholas Nicastro compared the acoustic features of these vocalizations and found significant differences between the two species. This has led to the theory that the evolution of these meow characteristics is a result of domestication and a form of natural selection. Cats whose meows were more appealing to humans likely received better care, thus increasing the prevalence of these types of vocalizations over time. Interestingly, there's a similarity between a specific type of purr, known as the solicitation purr, which cats often use when they want food, and the cry of a human baby. This type of purr has a higher pitch component that resembles an infant's cry, a sound that innately triggers a nurturing response in humans. A 2009 study by Karen McComb and her team provided evidence for this adaptation. Furthermore, humans often unconsciously adapt their own speech when interacting with pets, using a higher pitch and a more melodic tone, a phenomenon known as pet-directed speech. This suggests a reciprocal adaptation in communication, where both cats and humans have evolved ways to better connect with each other. The question of whether the tendency for domestic cats to meow at humans is primarily an instinct or a learned behavior is an interesting one. It's known that kittens meow to their mothers to communicate their needs, such as hunger or cold. However, feral cats, those that live without human interaction, largely cease meowing as they reach adulthood. This observation suggests that domestic cats likely learn to associate meowing with positive outcomes, such as receiving food, attention, or being let outside from their interactions with human caregivers. A study published in the journal Behavioral Processes found that while feral cats meowed indiscriminately at humans, dolls, and dogs, house cats meowed almost exclusively at humans. This strongly indicates that domestic cats develop meowing as a language specifically for their owners. Furthermore, cats can even learn to modify their meows to achieve specific goals, demonstrating a level of learning and even strategic communication. While meowing is a normal and often endearing part of cat-human communication, there are situations where excessive meowing might indicate underlying issues. Sometimes cats meow excessively simply to seek attention, wanting to play, be petted, or just interact with their owners. However, it's crucial to be aware that increased or unusual vocalization can also be a sign of potential medical problems, particularly in older cats. Conditions such as hyperthyroidism, kidney disease, feline cognitive dysfunction, similar to dementia in humans, or chronic pain can all lead to a cat meowing more than usual. Therefore, If you observe a sudden and significant increase, or a noticeable change in the pattern of your cat's meowing, it is always recommended to consult with a veterinarian to rule out any underlying health concerns. In conclusion, the Meow appears to be a remarkable example of how domestic cats have likely developed a unique mode of communication specifically for their human companions. This special vocalization, with its varied tones and contexts, plays a vital role in the intricate and loving bond that exists between cats and their owners. Thank you for watching this episode of The Cat Post. We hope you found this exploration into the world of feline communication insightful. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating glimpses into the lives of your wonderful feline friends.